Swaddy Cup everyone, PC Karash here, AK Fight Fit, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over fight stance and footwork, which is one of the most important, crucial part of your development in the journey of martial arts. So let's get started. So there's two types of stance. For the people who are right-handed, they're typically going to have an orthodox style of stance. For the people who are left-handed, they're going to typically have a southpaw type of stance. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so I want you to come into a neutral stance with your legs shoulder width apart. Okay, for the people who are right-handed, I want you to move your right leg to the back like so. Bring your hands up. Your right hand is going to be leveled off with your chin. Your left hand is going to be leveled off with your eyebrow. You're going to tuck in your chin, and you're going to make sure you have a slight bend in your knees, and your hips are squared. Okay, your lead leg is going to be facing 12 o'clock or straight, it's a straight line. Your rear leg is at a 45-degree angle, right? 2 o'clock. Okay, so this is your stance. Again, I'll turn to the side, I'll demonstrate it. Okay, that's my orthodox stance. I'll show you guys from different angles so you can see better. Okay, that's my stance. Again, the weight distribution is 50-50. I'm going to have a slight bounce. I'm going to make sure I have my rear heel up a little bit so I can deliver fast kicks or be able to block or make sudden movements. Okay, so your rear leg is slightly off. My front leg is facing at 12 o'clock and it's pretty flat on the ground. Okay, so if you're left-handed, you're going to have a southpaw type of style. So again, come into a squared stance with your legs shoulder width apart. Move your left leg back like so. Bring your hands up. Your left hand is going to be leveled off with your chin. Your right hand is going to be leveled off with your eyebrow. Again, tuck in your chin. Have a slight bend in your knees. Your hips, make sure they're squared. Okay? Make sure they're squared. 50-50 weight distribution. And make sure you have your rear heel up slightly. Okay? So that's my stance. I want to show you guys at different angles so you see it. Okay? That's my stance. Okay? I'm sort of going back and forth, distributing my weight back and forth. Okay? 50-50. Now, a couple of things I want to note down. A lot of times I see a lot of my students that are just beginning, they have a narrow stance or a very wide stance. Okay, so the simple trick to fix this is measure it with your forearms. Okay, so what you want to do is bring your forearms, put it right in between your knees. Okay, if it fits, that's a good stance. Okay, if it's too narrow, you wouldn't be able to fit that. If it's too wide, you're going to have a gap, obviously, between your elbow and your knees. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. And the reason why you want to have a particular distance is because of the movement and because of the weapons that we use in Muay Thai. Okay? Now, another mistake that I see is that the front heel and the back heel is what? Is a line. Okay? So that's a very narrow stance. It's almost like boxers have that stance. Okay? In Muay Thai, again, because of the weapons that we use, because of the movement that we have a very squared stance. So my shoulders and my hips are very aligned towards my opponent or to my target. And the reason, again, is because the type of weapon that we use, I got my blocks, I got my movements. Okay? So I want you to keep that in mind. Okay? Now, let's go over some simple footwork in Muay Thai. Okay? So from the beginning, I want to give you guys a simple rule of thumb, okay? Depending on the direction that you're moving, the leg that's close to that side is going to move first. For example, if I want to come front, my lead leg is going to move first, my rear leg is going to follow, like so. If I want to go back, okay, the leg that's close to that side, obviously it's my rear leg is going to move first, my front leg or my lead leg is going to follow, like so. If I want to go side to side, same rule still applies, okay? The leg that's close to that side always moves first. If I want to go towards my left-hand side, moves first, the right follows. And vice versa, I want to go to the right, my right leg moves first, my left follows like so. A simple thing that I want to tell you guys again, the amount of distance that your leg travels, the other leg that's catching up to it must be the same, because otherwise you're going to have what? You're going to have too narrow or too wide of a stance. Okay, so for example, if I'm moving my lead leg 2 inches to the front, that rear leg is going to follow 2 inches. Okay, not 4 inches, too narrow. Okay, not 1 inch, too wide right now. Okay, so remember that. And a basic way that you can practice your footwork is just, again, by doing it over and over again, and it's a simple thing called a box step. So I'm going to demonstrate that for you guys, okay? So I want you to come to your fight stance again with your hands up, chin is nicely tucked in, your elbows are not too wide out, your hips are squared with your opponent, okay? I want you to step 2 times front, so 1, 2, 2 times to the side, right hand side, 1, 2, 2 times back, 1, 2, 2 times to my left, 1, 2. This is called your basic fight step. Box step. So what you can do, whether you can do it 2, 3, 4, or 5 times, okay? So I'll demonstrate it again for you guys at a different angle. So I'm going front, 1, 2, 3. I'm going towards the side, 1, 2, 3. I'm going back, 1, 2, 3. I'm going towards my left, 1, 2, 3, okay? So this is your basic Muay Thai steps. Now for the guys, or for the girls that are a little bit more advanced, what you can do is at the end of that box step, you can pivot. So for example, if I've done my turn, okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, go back, 1, 2, go to the side, 1, 2, I can pivot, okay, that's what you can do, okay, which is pretty much a rotation and changing direction. You can use it for offense or defense usually, okay, so if you're facing your opponent's coming at you, for example, with a big teep, you can sort of just pivot and you can just finish it up with a roundhouse kick. Just an example for you guys, okay? That's about it today. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what you think about Muay Thai, fight stance, where along the journey you are, or if any questions that you have, all right? Thank you guys, take care.